Primark, an apparel company based in Ireland, reported £4.3 billion in revenues in 2013 and a net income of £514 million. Primark stores can be found in 9 countries throughout Europe, but none of its clothes are manufactured in Primark's sales markets. That's because Primark outsources its apparel production. I believe that Primark is knowingly supporting unethical labor forces in order to maximize profits by outsourcing its manufacturing to underdeveloped economies. Primark claims that it sources the clothes it sells in its shops in an ethical and fair way, often at added cost to itself. And throughout the supply chain, Primark's goods are manufactured under good conditions, and the employees in those factories are treated well. Globalization enables mature corporations to outsource their labor-intensive productions to other underdeveloped countries where wages and production costs are much lower. Outsourcing creates problems, more suppliers in the production chain, foreign regulations and laws to take into consideration, oversight complications and work environments that differ country by country. As a result, it's difficult to know by whom and how products are manufactured when outsourced. Bangladesh is one of the countries Primark outsources to. It is the second largest apparel exporter after China, with more than 4 million people working in the apparel sector. Corruption is widespread and laws and regulations are not sufficient to protect the people's rights. Primark does not own any of the manufacturing facilities. This creates distance between the Western corporation and the facility, complicating the monitoring of the working conditions in the factories. The local government bears the burden of enforcing the labor law and practices. Primark claims that they thoroughly inspect every single factory to make sure it's safe and clean and that the people working in it are treated well and paid a fair wage. On April 24, 2013, 1,132 people died in a factory collapse in Bangladesh, one day after an inspection. The facility produced apparel for Primark. The inspection found the facility to be unsafe, which was reported to the factory owner. But the owner was on strict delivery time limits and could not afford to stop production, hiding the information from the workers. After the collapse, Primark and many other retailers signed the Accord on Fire and Building Safety Agreement in Bangladesh, designed to provide independent safety inspections at factories and public reporting of the results of these inspections. However, this collapse and another 62 accidents just between 2012 and 2013 have shown that audits have little to no effect on preventing these disasters. Bangladesh owes its success in the apparel exporting industry thanks to rock-bottom wages, labor rights restrictions, and poorly enforced health and safety standards. The wages are in fact the lowest in the world. These low costs mean higher profit margins for companies like Primark. The situation in India is just as alarming. A recent BBC documentary discovered that due to the demanded fast turnaround times of 35 to 40 days on extremely large orders, middlemen are required to transport garments from factories to homes to be finished by women and children as young as 10 years old, in kitchens, slums and backyards, for as little as 10 cents an hour and 71 cents a day. This is just over half the legal minimum wage in that part of India. Orders as large as 150,000 units are distributed by middlemen to be finished in unofficial locations, including refugee camps. Where does the responsibility lie? Is it the customer, who like Primark is putting pressure on the manufacturer, demanding that things are produced quicker and cheaper, that makes them turn to such means of delivering orders on time to ensure that Primark still works with them? Companies such as Primark choose to outsource production to underdeveloped economies in order to circumvent the laws for ethical labor, health benefits, and fair wages that are required by their home countries. They can either provide labor in their domestic market, supporting the local economy but with higher production costs, or support unethical working conditions in underdeveloped countries to maximize profits. For companies like Primark, outsourcing saves on cost and distances the corporation from the unfair labor practices in developing countries. But boycotting Primark and the use of factories in developing countries will only result in the workers losing their jobs and income. Instead, companies need to engage with their suppliers and give them the necessary support, training, and money to allow them to treat their workers fairly and support the economy. The responsibility needs to be shared by both the retailer and the producer, with stronger enforcement of labor laws by the apparel exporting countries. This, in my opinion, is a necessary first step to effectively combat the exploitation of outsourced apparel production.